Fried rice is always better at restaurants. There are about 8 reasons why it's better at restaurants. I'm gonna go over those 8 reasons in this video. They're very simple and you can do it at home. So it won't always be better at restaurants. It'll also be better at home. I made a post asking what makes a good fried rice. It got a lot of comments, so a lot of people have an opinion on what makes a good fried rice. These are the ones I think are most aligned with when I made fried rice at the restaurant. So the first one would have to be the tools. And this right here is what I call a wok ladle. I don't know if that's the correct term, I forget, but we call it a wok ladle. Obviously, it's got a round bowl like a ladle. So it's very good for flattening out the rice. And this part is very good for scraping. You want something that's very sturdy. Then the most obvious tool after that is the wok. A carbon steel wok is what I'd highly recommend. Something like this, as you can tell, this one has a lot of love. This is actually the exact wok that I would use at work. I have made thousands of orders of fried rice in this wok, and as you can see, it's still ready to go, as better than ever. Why use a carbon steel wok over high heat? You hear this all the time, but you don't really know the reason, other than the shape of the pan, right? You might think, oh, it's round and that's why. No, the reason is carbon steel can retain high heat, and it'll help us achieve Maillard reaction, which is basically a fancy term for saying like the rice is gonna brown and caramelize. And we also achieve what we call in wok world, wok hay. So wok hay, it's basically means like breath of the wok. So you can achieve like that nice char and that nice deep dark caramelization that you only achieve with a nice hot carbon steel, and in this case, carbon steel wok. Now, how do you clean your wok in between doing all these fried rices? They're gonna get it all sticky and dirty. Now, you can use what's called a wok brush, or what we did at the restaurants is we would use stainless steel scrubby and some water. Now, we can also use our wok ladle here. And this is actually the perfect tool for cleaning it, because then you can scrape away all of the impurities. Give it a little flippy flip. Then wipe it clean with your towel. And then boom, all clean, ready to go. Keep it seasoned with some oil. Next up on the list of reasons is moisture control, or what a lot of people keep saying is dried out day-old rice. You might be thinking fresher is always better, right? Fresh rice should be good for a fried rice, but no, you see all that? That is steam, my friends. Steam, we do not want steam. That is the main reason for using a very hot wok. If we steam it out, it's gonna have a soggy consistency. It's not gonna get that Maillard reaction that we want and that nice wok hay. So we need to switch this out for this right here. This is day-old white rice, and this is a short grain rice. Now, we talked about moisture control, but what's the reason for it? Well, so as you can see here, the rice, it's crumbling, it's separating. When you have rice that's moist, it sticks together and it clumps. So we're not gonna be able to get a nice even fry on every single grain. By the way, this is a perfect way to dehydrate your rice if you want. Let it dry out a little longer, and then we put it into the dehydrator, and then we can puff it in some oil. If you'd like, you can also season your rice, put it on a sheet tray covered like this into a brick, and then we can make what's called rice cakes. Cut them into little rice cake shapes, fry them off as such. Next reason is Kimchup. Yes, Kimchup, that is kimchi and ketchup. And the reason for that is the kimchi provides a nice acidity and funk to the fried rice, while the ketchup, it provides an umami. And I swear to freaking God, if Uncle Roger tries to come at me again for this, like, I don't even know what else to say, man. We already debunked you.
Wait, no, wait, what? What he put in there? Ketchup on your...
Did you know ketchup is actually Chinese?
Is it?
Ketchup, ketchup. Ketchup is Chinese tomato sauce.
Ketchup on fried rice is authentic.
It's authentic.
They call it Hong Kong style fried rice, and it adds a nice caramelization to the fried rice. The sauce caramelizes. The Maillard reaction works very well here. Try it with just straight up ketchup, but you just blend kimchi with ketchup and it's a perfect condiment. Funny enough, I found this at H Mart. This is a kimchi ketchup. I haven't tried it yet. Let me know if you want me to try this in another video. I'm very curious about this stuff. Next reason is adding in garlic, scallions, or onions. It's a pretty standard thing to do with fried rice, and it's pretty standard to add it in the beginning stages of the fried rice because that infuses with the oil. I like to cut my scallion bottoms up really nice and fine and mince the garlic and turn it into a paste. And it sort of liquefies into the fat that I'm using and it infuses, it makes a better flavor. Save the scallion tops in some ice water for garnishing later on because those scallion tops, you want them nice and fresh for the garnish. And then that brings me to the type of fat I'm using. I'm using a beef tallow just because it has a higher smoke point. You might be thinking, why not use sesame oil? Because a lot of people do think that, the people that haven't made fried rice, and sesame oil is gonna burn. The smoke point on that is not high enough to handle this heat. So you need something with a high smoke point. I'm using this lately because I'm cutting out seed oils, so this is what I use. Now, what is MSG? It's make shit good. It stands for monosodium glutamate. Don't know how I remembered that. It really does make things good, and it naturally occurs in a lot of things. Tomatoes, for example, cheese, and it provides that extra umami, so you can make it a lot more flavorful. And I like to add in MSG with a little bit of black pepper and citric acid for some brightness to make what I like to call black crack powder. It's delicious and that goes into my fried rice. Okay, here's the breakdown on how to make this stuff. Start your wok off on a high heat. Get it ripping hot. Then add in your high smoke point fat or oil. Immediately toss in your aromatics, such as the garlic and the scallion, whatever it is you're tossing in for the aromatic part. Let it infuse with the oil and caramelize just a touch. Next, add in your dried white rice. Give it some agitation, stir it up just so it can get equally coated and lubricated in that fat and oil, because remember, we're frying this rice. Let your rice cook off just until it starts to get nice and toasty fried. Toss in the Kimchup, the kimchi ketchup or the ketchup if you decide to. This is optional. Give it a little mixy mix, toss in your seasonings. I did the black pepper, MSG, citric, and some soy sauce. Give it a mix and then flatten out all your rice so it can get equally fried and seared. Keep continuing this until it's all fried to your liking. I like to give it a scrape with my wok ladle just so I can keep getting that Maillard reaction going. And then of course there's a point in time where I have to taste it. So I give it a taste, and if it needs to like a little more salt, I'll add some soy sauce or I'll add some more of my seasoning to taste. I then fry an egg on the side, just sunny over easy. However you want to fry your egg, you could even scramble it into the rice, but I prefer to fry the egg. Scoop that up in your wok ladle, put that on a plate, serve it up, garnished it with some QP mayo, fried egg, scallions, at togarashi or seasoning, and there we go, fried rice. That's money. Typically I would add a protein, but I wanted to just keep it simple, straightforward for this video. We used to add hot dogs to ours. But I would say, you know, Spam, steak, anything would be good in this. Bacon, I like it just straight up like this though. A lot of flavor. All right, thanks for watching. Let me know what you want to see for Always Better at Restaurants next.